Hi everyone, I'm Amartya and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Xbox Series S. So, there is a lot to talk about in this video. So, we'll be breaking it down into parts and I'll be explaining each. So, firstly, let's talk about the design of the Xbox Series S. So, as you can see, and as you probably might have heard already, it's a really small, compact, powerful console. So, it has a small size and it can really fit anywhere. And yeah, for such a small console, you need good cooling, obviously. So you have uh, intake, intakes here, intakes here, intakes here as well, and everything comes out as an exhaust. The hot air comes out through here. So this is a pretty good cooling system, and as far as I've played with it, I never went into really like heating issues or anything like that. So that's really good. That the cooling isn't going to ever be a problem. And let's talk about the I/O. So here we have the Xbox logo as the power button. Just put it closer. Yes. And we have the controller pair button over here. We have the USB 3 port. We have on the other side, on the back, you have power in. We have storage expansion, which means you can actually get a Seagate 1 terabyte drive, which can slot in here, and it is just like super fast storage. You have HDMI out. You have two more USB 3s, which sums up to three USB 3s, and the last one is Ethernet. So yeah, that is the design, and I really think it just makes it look nice and it's pretty stunning. It's very subtle but in a good way. So that's the design. So now let's talk about the controller. Just focus. Yes. So this is really similar to the Xbox One controller with minor differences which are makes it a little bit better. So this part they flattened it out, which is better. I'm not really sure why they did it, but okay. And they added a share button, which is really useful. Like when you want to record or capture a minute or 30 seconds of your gameplay, you don't need to go into settings, you don't need to go into the menu or anything. Just click this button and it takes a screenshot, or it takes a small 30-second video that you can configure that in the settings. So yeah, that. And then the last one, which is a little different from the Xbox One controller, is they've made this portion more of a circle. It's functionally the exact same, but it just made a different shape. And the last difference is the USB-C port instead of micro USB, which is nice. And it still uses AA batteries. And yeah, the last one is there's a little bit more texture on the triggers than the Xbox One controller, so that's another difference. So now I've talked about the design of the Series S and the controller. So now let's discuss why the Series S exists. So we know that the Series X is the most powerful console that Microsoft makes. Then why even bother with the Series S in the first place? So I have thought upon this question. At the end of the day, what a company wants is more people to get into their ecosystem, right? So with the Series S, they are delivering a lower price than the Series X, which just makes it more have a higher value and make people want to buy it. And when you buy the Series S, you are like not forced, but it just makes sense to get Game Pass. With Xbox Game Pass, for the people who don't know, it's a subscription service which you pay a monthly fee and you have access to so many games where you just see it. If you like it, you download and you play. So because of and with that the and because the Series S does not have an optical drive, that's the only way to get games through online downloads. So you start getting into Game Pass. And as I talked before, when I talked about the share button, where all these pictures stored, you can store them in Xbox Live, or you can forward them through Outlook, which makes you start using um, Microsoft's mail service, and like that you just slowly start digging in into the Microsoft ecosystem, which is beneficial for the company and gives you a better experience as well. So, in my opinion, that's why the Series S exists. So, with that, those are my thoughts on the Xbox Series S. Thanks for watching.